Hi everyone, it's Anya from Cooking with Plants and welcome to another recipe. So today I'm actually going to make some really simple seed crackers that you can make last minute if you need to, especially at this time of year during the holiday season when people tend to have a lot of friends and family come over and you can just be stuck for ideas at times. So these are quick and easy to make and I'm going to show you how to make those right now. So first of all, get yourself a nice mixing bowl. And then we're going to add in 1 cup of oat flour. So this is just oats that have been ground down in the blender, or you could even use almond meal if you have that on hand instead. Next, I'm adding in 1/2 cup of flax seeds or linseed seeds. I'm using the whole ones today, but you can grind them down if you want to, but I do like them for a little bit of crunch and texture, but to digest them the best, do turn them into a powder form if you would like to do that. Also going in is 1/2 cup of chia seeds and 1 cup of pumpkin seeds, but you could do a mixture of seeds if you wanted to do 1/2 cup of sunflower seeds, 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds, and then maybe 1/4 cup of sesame seeds. That's perfectly fine as well. So just have a whole variety in there and it's really tasty. It'll add more texture and different flavors and crunch as well. I'm also adding in 1/4 cup of dried chives and 1/4 cup of onion flakes, plus a teaspoon of coarse Celtic sea salt. This is actually smoked, but if you can't find the smoked sea salt, then by all means just use regular or the seasonings of your choice. And I'm also adding in 2 teaspoons of dried sage leaves. And then just give this a quick stir through so it's all well combined. To this mixture, I'm also adding the rind of a lemon. So this is about 1 teaspoon's worth. Plus a tablespoon of maple syrup. And 3/4 or 3/4 of a cup of water. And then mix this really well to combine. Okay, so now that this is really mixed well and ready to go, I want you to preheat your oven to 160 degrees Celsius or about 320 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we're going to get some baking trays that are lined with some non-stick parchment paper. And this is actually enough for about 2 trays worth. So just use this mixture and start to spread it out to a nice even consistency and use as many trays as you need to use. And then just flatten this out until it's about 5 millimeters or a little bit under 1/4 inch in thickness. So now that these are flattened out, they're going into the oven for 20 minutes to start with, and then we'll check on them and turn them over. Okay, so these have been in the oven for about 20 minutes. They're starting to crisp up, but they need a little bit longer. And what I'm going to do now is turn these over. The quickest and easiest way to do this is to actually get a chopping board. I've got this wooden board, that's just what I'm using for today, but you can use any board that you like. Place that on top. Be careful not to burn yourself because everything underneath is still very hot. And then place your hand under and flip it gently. Okay. And then place it back onto the parchment paper, ready for another cooking session on the other side. And there's nothing wrong with taste testing the little pieces that come off. And then once these are turned over, put them back in the oven for about another 10 minutes or so until they're really nice and crispy. Okay, so these have been cooking a total of half an hour now, and you can make these as crispy or as bread-like as you want. So what I'm going to do now is remove these from the trays and put it onto a drying rack. So if you have some oven racks that you're not using, maybe turn them upside down and just let this cool. Let it cool right down until it's really crispy. Then you can just easily break it apart into cracker shapes. So again, the cooking time will vary depending on how thick you've made these or how crispy you want them. and just adjust that time according to your taste. So these are thin, crispy, delicious. I'm going to steal a little piece off the edge here. Yum. So crunchy and I love those textures and the onion flavor coming through. Beautiful lemon taste. Perfect combination. So I hope that you make these and you enjoy this recipe. Remember to join me on my Facebook group and in the Instagram page as well. I would love to see your creations there. I'll see you for the next recipe. Bye for now.